Yeah, I could have a whole lot of things. One, I'd like to finish up this building, all of the maintenance that needs to be done already. The buildings that we already own, I'd like to have that. I'd like to hire more maintenance and more housekeeping. The Family First building, I would like to see that taken over and just refurbished and the way it should be. I like to buy up the rest of the housing on the block that is here. I think that that would just solidify where we are even more. I'd like a whole new roof on the building because we've been just kind of patchwork things together, and I'm ready for some of this leakage to stop. Um, Finish off the wing. We did the wing on the north side, but we wanted to have the duplicate wing on the south side of the building, making more restrooms and things more accessible to people up front, being able to block off the street, off Lake Street, and to make our pathway across to the Family First building so that we can utilize that even more with the children without fear of them getting hit by cars and things. Um, there's a building down the street in front of the Genesee Theater that has been unoccupied for a number of years now. We could do a restaurant in there, and also businesses. But I just think that it's just a it would be a great opportunity for us if we just had unlimited funds. I could just see a whole lot going on. We'd be able to pay more benefits for our workers that we have, health benefits and life insurance or health insurance or whatever, um, with the unlimited funds. Well, one, if everybody was on the same page, we would have, um, there would be less people being, having their feelings involved because you would understand what people are saying more. People um, feel insulted easily, it just goes through that. But if everybody's on the same page and in one accord, then you're going to give people the benefit of the doubt. When something does go wrong, you're like, oh, well, they didn't really mean that. And it's going to just help for the camaraderie around the church. People start to, if they would take ownership of this building, take ownership of this is my church, and just start to do things within themselves. The volunteer portion that we have, they would volunteer even more readily and take it to heart and feel like, this is my job. I should be doing this, and just feel more confident in where they are. As people come together, I think that would help us to have the love that this church was known for the love factor for years. When people would come in the doors, they would just say, oh, I feel the love here. And they wouldn't even know, sometimes they wouldn't even know what they felt. But then it would be the love. And you would have fewer people exiting and more people entering, and then people able to stay because they really felt at home when they would, we still get that to some degree of some people. They will come in, oh, I felt at home the first time I walked through the door. But we want more of that, where we'd be able to go out and win the loss. And you'd be able to just go out into the community and they would feel where you really are. Just as people coming in and getting saved, giving their lives over to the Lord and feeling that they have a home. They won't feel, a lot of people that we deal with in the community, they already have a lot of issues going on where there's no place for them to call home. And so when they would feel a place to lay their head, they would feel more comfort and have a place to be. And so once people start getting happy with themselves and everything, there's no telling what they can do and who all they're going to affect. Just going on out, they would go out into the community. When we started this church, we had a lot of people that came from the Salvation Army and from the VA, and that's how we grew, because they would go out and tell somebody, and I found a place, and so then they would just draw more people in, and a lot of those people have stayed, and they have gotten clean, gotten their families back together, And that's why we are the church where family comes first. And it'll just be more family oriented as we have the children's church. It can grow and have places for people's children to go, and they would feel comfortable leaving their children there. There's some that are regular here and they feel that, but for new people coming in, they don't know that as of yet. But once the atmosphere is made there, and that comfortable atmosphere, there'll just be more and more people that will be drawn into the church and into the service.